Hello, welcome to a new video. Today I was trying to get something done, but I was kind of failing to do so. But now that I have rested a bit more, I think I can fix the errors. So what I got was a report on Firebase that some device had some sort of a ANR, an application non-responding event, and as a solution for that, I was talking with an LLM. I think it was DeepSeek or ChatGPT. I don't remember. I think it was ChatGPT. Suggested me to do something called ViewStub. So ViewStub are a way of inflating the content a bit later so that ANRs are not triggered. But when I was trying to do so, implement that behavior in my app, I found that it's not as easy as I thought, because I have mainly because of this code setup that I already have. So let's try to see what's going on here. Okay, so mainly here, as you can see, the first step, let's say, is to create a ViewStub, as you can see right here. And then what I did with that was put the layout, the file that used to be my main thing. So this activity main file. Okay, so let's go through the code. Let's go. It says how to use ViewStubs. It says step 1, first, add ViewStub in XML. This is the layout that will be inflated when needed. So then we have a layout. A ViewStub does not take up memory until inflated. Okay, so how do we do this? The ViewStub is already added, I think here in main. It's called main. Put it here. And it's match parent of its height is wrap content. Will that matter? I don't know. Maybe. So match ViewStub, match parent, wrap content, and layout activity main. In this case, we're talking about this file. This is the file that will be inflated by the ViewStub, which is, I guess, okay. So when and that's an XML. Now in Kotlin, we have to inflate it. And you say activity main binding inflate a dot layout inflator. However, we're calling it main binding because it's main here. Inflate a layout inflator. And then you set the content view to layout that root. In this case, ViewStub that root, which is okay. I would say it's okay. It's fine. Then it says inflate the ViewStub when needed. Let's say ViewStub set on inflate listener, inflated view, and then here we have some sort of the problem. Here it creates a content binding, and this content binding, content main binding, which is something different than what I was doing. And probably instead of content main binding, what I should do is activity main binding, because this is the one inside. And now layout has to be activity main binding, I guess, right? And then And then views has to be something else. Because if you see required activity main binding found content main binding. So here is views is content main binding, I guess. Main content binding. Sorry, the things are not the I have to rename some of this. So I guess it has to be from main content to content main, or from activity main to main activity. Yeah, I guess. This is not the way I guess you used to do this, but it's not a big deal, I guess. Main activity. Do refactor. And here, main activity binding. Main activity binding. Okay. So here, have to do main activity binding. Main activity binding. Bind. Okay. I guess this is how it should be done. Not sure though. But as you can see, here we still have some problems, because dialog container is something that maybe has to be in layout, that dialog container, if I'm not wrong. Oh yeah, that's it. Okay, fixed. Then we delete this, and apparently we don't have more errors. We have a couple of, what's this? You can rename and all that, but not errors. Will it work? I don't know. The thing is that it may not work as we expect. Why? Because when this function ends, the code that I run later expects these two guys to be ready, but they are being inflated a bit later. So how can I fix this? Well, what do I mean by this? It says show UI is not found, which is not correct because I'm using it. And as a matter of fact, I'm using it right here. So I am using it, but the IDE has some problems, I guess. So the thing is that I show UI here, right? Then I launch a thread that says launcher thread on create. This on create thing, maybe here in load data, maybe here, not here, but later here in init UI, uses layout, as you can see, uses views and all that. So probably I can delete this. Okay, so maybe these layout and views are not ready to be used here. Maybe. However, they might be ready because we're calling this on post. Or maybe views is not ready here, right? So views may not be initialized yet here. That's the problem, because as you can see, it's not working. So I'll try to rebuild it. Maybe it fixes it. I don't know. But so that's actually the problem, that it may not be ready. So to make it become ready, that we have to do some signaling mechanism, like completion listener or something like that, and call these after this guy is completed. That could be a good thing. That could be it. No. So this is, I think, not working as expected. So, well, let's try to run this. And maybe for the IDE, should I say reload all from disk or something? And yeah, it didn't crash, which is kind of nice. But maybe on another device it will crash. Right? Okay, let's clear this out. Try to run it again. So, kind of, it's there. It's there. What's this? Something went wrong there. But let's go again, see if we still have that bug. I think not. Okay, let's continue. So, how can we fix this? In Kotlin, well, we are in Kotlin, but how to make a thread receive a signal from another thread, signaling completion of a task before proceeding. It says in Kotlin, you can achieve thread synchronization between two threads by using countdown latch, semaphore, or object.wait and notify for signal. See how you can do it. Allows one thread to wait until one or more threads finish their task. It's particularly useful for waiting completion of a task in another thread. What about a completion listener? I think it was called. A mediumatic way of handling task completion listener, thread time on task completed, start join with work thread function. It's allowed this completion listener thread. I want a function that returns an object of some sort that a thread can use to know when the called function finished its process. I don't know how to call it, but I think I will better copy the thing. Let's see what it has to say. Because how can we make this fail, first of all? Well, an easy way of making this fail would be to wait here. Probably here. Because maybe if I slip or do it a handler, how did I did previously in apps? I used a handler. Let's see how I did that. Here, this is the handler. This code I want to reuse that. So I will try to make these fail to show you that what can happen here. So these will run after 3 seconds, right? Okay. This will run after 3 seconds. So maybe it takes 3 seconds to inflate it in a slow device or something, whatever it can be. But now let's see if that causes an error. And you can see you have an error. Let's see what error do we have. Maybe we have an error that we don't even expect to have. So let's first check. What's the error? Unable to start, it says. Maybe it's something else. Lady need views. Oh, you know, lady need views has not been initialized. That is what I was talking about. So here in onCreate, here in set insets listener, we have something that is not yet there. Let's say it that way. Okay. So how can we fix this? That's the thing. How can we fix this? How to prevent this from happening? Because probably this views root is not the way we want to do this. Probably what we want to do is launcher that layout that root. Probably that's what we want to do. But in any case, I think the crash will still be there. It will be the same error. I guess it has to be the same error, right? It's uninitialized property layout in this case has not been initialized. So the thing is, do we need to initialize it here to use this here? But that I think is the wrong question. This should be ready to be used, right? Should be ready to be used. Now, what I could do is I could do something like this. Probably, or the inflate listener should be passed or something. Stub is never used. Set on inflate listener. ViewStub on inflate listener. On inflate listener. On inflate listener will be set to here to on inflate listener. Okay, this will be set to this on inflate listener. I think this is the one. Something like that. Let's see. I'll tell it to fix this code. Just say that. I mean, the syntax, I don't know. Fix this code. It is not properly creating the uninflate listener. Oh, I see. It says, oh, I see a trend in the place probably seems there's no confusion around this. That's true. Unflate is not fresh. This is properly defined. On inflate listener. I want you to extract the listener as a variable. So when we do this and we do here, and then we don't have to do private because it's an inside thing. And then, okay. Okay. I think it's fine. Okay. Okay, so this uninflate listener, can I have something like uninflate listener dot uninflate, let apply, run cut chain unless. So this is not what I'm looking for. So what I can do instead is move this thing out of here. Because I think show UI is only called by one place, right? It says no usage found. Okay, come on. So you do the inflate listener, and then what you do here is you do uninflate listener, I guess, something like that. No. Something wrong just happened. I mean, the orientation is not used there, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so I don't have to pass it then. Okay, so I'll get rid of this thing and go here, I guess, or not. Probably can do it here. Something like that. I don't know if I'm doing something intelligent or stupid, but let's continue, right? So that's here. Uninflate listener is there. It says post delayed. And what's the problem here? That is not there. So what we should also probably do is something like launcher notify no, this is not what I'm doing here. Oh, yeah, okay, here, launcher, inflated layout inflated. Something like that. Maybe I could do that, I don't know, here. I can create that. And I can move the code from here to here. Right? And that's the inflated view I have to pass, as far as I can tell. Inflated view. Okay, so this is a solution, right? So I didn't have to pass this, right? Or do I? No, I don't think I have to pass this. However, on show UI, we have to, or maybe I do have to pass that. What's this? Add parameter to function show UI. Okay, so layout inflated view. So this is, as I'm telling you, this is a way of continuing. And after we do this, we notify that we have the layout inflated. What do? You just do this. And after you do that, we will do something here, such as all of this. Because after it's inflated, we can like, let's do function fung. It's private fun. Let's call it init. Yeah. So all of this should be called here. Okay, so that's init. And then init should be called from here. And now, hopefully, it will work, but maybe not. Why? Well, because we have a non-resume method as well. We have an error somewhere around here. It says show UI, and then you have orientation. Oh, you know, that problem could have been prevented if the IDE worked. So let's invalidate and restart. So it's, you know, it's kind of strange. Right. So, is this a good way of doing things? Well, I think so. The uninflate listener, when you inflate it, you wait 3 seconds for notifying that it has been inflated. Right? Well, yes, I guess. Because UI is the thing that inflates this ViewStub, right? When it's inflated, we do something else, right? Yeah. So layout inflated, we set layout, set views, so it hopefully will not crash from the onCreate, but we still have problems that this is required also from onConfiguration changed, which is something that you have to keep an eye on. And every time we want to show UI, we should not do an inflate listener, shouldn't duplicate the code. So probably what we should do instead is call init from outside here, like that, and put this, all of this inside init. And after this is inflated, we have to do this right here. Well, it won't look beautiful now, but hopefully it will work. And then once we've done that, something like that. Can we do that? Okay. Once we've done that, we should be able to, this on create, and then it's called show UI, then on create. This is like similar in here, because here it calls show UI, and then after this shows on create. So can we just call init from here? Is that the question? This T0, I guess, can be put inside init. Maybe? Right? So this has to be, oh, but now we have the orientation there. So I guess init has to have that orientation. Oh, this is becoming harder to figure it out. But the orientation that I am handling is inside his. Okay. This orientation, I guess, has to be here. No, it's not working as expected, really. And then this layout inflated, or this init, has to be called with an optional orientation thing. Yeah. So say init this, and then that, and on create just called is set to true. If post get focus gained. I guess this should be like that. Something like that. And I guess I can delete all of this. And I guess I should move that to init. And this, where this has to be, probably where? Here. Something like that. And also init should have the thing that I'm having here. So the init one is the one that should have this. This should be orientation int, I guess, right? And here init has to have this, and the inflated has to have orientation, right? Maybe, if I'm not very confused, this is how it should work. Now, will it work at the first try? Well, I don't know. Let's try. Let me turn on the lights. Okay. Okay. And no, it kind of tried to work, but maybe there's a crash in the onResume, maybe. It says late init property not there. Get views, focus gained. Timer text on Windows focus changed. Oh, it gained focus and it's not there. Okay. Okay. On Windows focus changed. Okay. How we should do this? I guess these, if focus the get, this has to be called from somewhere else, namely from probably in onResume. Probably here. Probably. But still, that may also be causing a crash, similar crash. Didn't crash. But the question is why it didn't crash. Maybe it had to crash in onResume, because here we're accessing launcher probably before a launcher is set. So to fix that, we will wait before setting launcher to its value, right? Yes, so this pause delayed has to be when launcher is set. When is launcher set? not working as expected. This is set on show UI, right? No, it's not. So it's set, where is set? I mean, not launcher. I mean layout. I'm sorry. I mean, I was trying to say layout, not launcher. Where is this guy set? It's here. It's in layout inflated. So we will wait before calling layout inflated. So layout inflated, when is this thing called? Layout inflated, but I'm calling it after 3 seconds, right? So yeah, I think for some reason it's working. Maybe on resume is waiting on create to end before doing anything else. Maybe that's why we don't have that problem. Or maybe in the Android architecture, on resume always comes after on create finished its thing. Maybe. But now let's wait for 5 seconds. Just force it a bit more. So you set content view, then you wait 5 seconds, and then after 5 seconds you do the rest, and it works. So not a problem to me. Now let's do 0 seconds. Okay. This is the handler. I mean, it's almost immediate that this is called layout inflated. Well, it seems to be working now. Maybe it crashes in other versions of Android. I don't know, maybe it will crash in other versions of Android. I don't know. But how can we prevent that? Well, not sure. Well, using some sort of semaphore or something. Or calling on resume from the on create. No, that's not wise to do. So I guess we could comment this out for now. Let's see if it goes any faster. That's fine, I guess. Right? I don't know also why in the emulator sometimes you just don't have the options to rotate devices. Kind of strange. But okay. So, with these, why did we do that? Why bother doing all this? Well, to prevent ANRs, basically. And also, we have unified the calls for this thing, so it calls just one thing. Now we will have to test this, but as I told you, I don't know why this thing doesn't have the ability to go into landscape. I just don't know. Just don't know why. Just not there. Can anyone explain me why? Because I really don't get it. It's hidden somewhere. Well, I don't see it. If it's hidden, I don't see where it could be hidden. This place. Well, okay. It used to take between 800 and 900 milliseconds to fully render all the things, but I think now it's taking a bit longer. I don't know, but let's see. Where are you? Let's filter results. One second. So it's taking a bit longer. Why? Why it's taking a bit longer? Well, let's see. We have logs, so we can figure that out. Main on create is being called at 292. Main KT that on create. So can I speed that up? I don't know, but maybe because what I'm doing in app, maybe, just maybe. Can I fix that somehow? Well, I guess I can. But still will take some time, right? Probably. Because what I'm saying is that maybe because of this is what's taking it longer. App on create at 0. You know what? Let's do this and create just for the sake of it. Now minus D0. Let's see how long this thing takes. 65 milliseconds. So it takes a bit. No, this is not taking 65 milliseconds, it's taking 1 millisecond. So this is taking 1 millisecond. I mean, I think I can afford that. Main on create 65 milliseconds, on create exited at 217. Init data, list ready, 200, 200, 300, 300, 400. Shouldn't be a lot more than that. Oh, notes. 500. UI ready says at 853. This is quite the big jump. So when is UI ready being called? UI ready, UI ready. Okay, this is called in views post, and this is being called after we load all the data, and views root post has been completed. The thing is that data loaded, what's the difference between data loaded and UI ready? Let's see. UI ready, where are you? Data loaded and then UI ready. So it takes quite some time, right? Hmm. Then it's rendered in 871. But um, how to make this post be called as soon as possible? So views, when views are completely rendered, I guess, right? Exactly, views root. Which is this one right here. This thing is still thinking or not. It's not working as far as I can tell. Nothing. Do I have internet? I don't have internet access. I think that's the problem. Okay. So internet access not the best nowadays in my place. So can I do something to make it be called before that? Well, I don't know. I don't really know. But once I inflate it, the layout inflated, you do these things. I don't know why this is not working. Repair ID. I'm sorry. If I click layout inflated, I should go to where this is being called. But okay. Control Alt 7 again. Control Alt 7. In current file, the scope has to be project files, project source files, project files. Oh, that's why. Really? Okay. Okay. So layout inflated is there. Inflate listener is here. After this inflate listener is passed, show UI is here. Set an inflate listener, then that. Maybe that would help a tiny bit. Inflate the ViewStub, send the content view, set inflate listener, and then you go and say inflate. Now, this inflate thing is okay to be called from here or from somewhere else. Because I don't know if I'm doing it correctly or not. Because views have to be set there. And layout inflated is coming from here after we inflated the things. And inside here we do the binding thing. So the question is really from show UI, should I call inflate here or not? What if I call it from inside the thread? Will it crash? Well, instead of asking ChatGPT, let's just test it. Not working. And it says what it says. It says called from wrong thread exception. Only the original thread that created hierarchy can touch the views. Set on inflate listener. I don't know if this is the correct way of using this or not, but yeah. So I think that's how it is right now. And it's taking a second to complete. Let's go again, see how long it takes. It is taking, how long it's taking? Oh, 773 milliseconds. So that's great, actually. Yeah. So I think it works. It works great. So in this way we could do that. Now, maybe my doubt still is in some devices, maybe the onResume method gets called, right? And then onResume here is called, or even this focus change is called. This onResume does a couple of things and accesses views, for example. What if when this is called, views is not yet ready? What if that happens? That's a thing. So, well, but here we're doing something not right, because this focus should be tested later, right? Like thread, sleep, second, and then should we put this, I guess, right? Okay. Yeah, today I'm not as sharp as I would like to be, but you know, there are days like that. Settings not opening, plus not opening. Oh, there it is. No, now it's opening. Now, was that an error from my part? It was just did the emulator that Wait, this is low. Well, who knows? Or maybe the views were not initialized. Maybe. Well, I will have to test it on my personal phone and see how it goes, I guess. I'm happy with the results. I'm really happy actually. Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm doing the smartest thing here, but yeah. So, I guess I could say that we're just fine. Oh, but this focus gain thing has to be run from inside the UI thread. Am I doing that? Am I doing that in on resume? No, I'm not doing that. Okay. Right. Yeah, I think that's right. That's all right. If we increase the size of apps, yeah, everything still works. So that's great. If we hide the clock, drawing pad becomes larger. If we show the clock, drawing pad becomes smaller, which is always kind of great. What I like about this app as well, as you can see, when you show this settings dialog, or when you show this add node dialog, or when you show this edit node dialog, you see that it looks, the system doesn't deem the rest of the thing, and doesn't show the UI bars or the navigation bars and whatever Android does. It just shows a clean view in the center, as you can see. That's nice. I remember how I did that, but why I did that, just create a custom dialog, because for me it just feels just better, and eliminates the need of using Android object specific for dialogues, and I just create my own dialog. Okay, so I think this is it for this video. Not the sharpest today, but hopefully the next one will be sharper. But anyways, the code worked, the app's working, and we will keep improving it in the coming videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I see you in the next video. Bye.